this season. At the other end, a goaltender who's played as well as anybody the past month. Guy Apr, 5-0-1 with an incredible goals against average, under 1 in his last 6 starts here at the Arrowhead Pond.
The officials for today's game, McCreary with Bonnie and Stickle on the lines. And with the Jets with the puck, we remind you that United Airlines and the Mighty Ducks have teamed up to create a new and exciting charity program that will benefit the Orange County area schools called Team Up for Kids. When the Mighty Ducks player scores in tonight's game, United Airlines will donate $100 per goal to this season's recipient, the Anaheim City School District. Mighty Ducks and United Airlines proud to support the education of our Orange County school children as Nikolai Habibulin takes the whistle 23 seconds into the game.
Well, let's take a look at the scouting report on Habibulin. He is a tremendous athlete. Winnipeg pretty much going with the same lineup that they have for the past 6 or 7 weeks. This is a huge game for the Jets. They need a victory to move up and capture home ice advantage in the first round of the playoffs.
O'Brien in 3 previous encounters, the Jets 3 out of 16 for an 18.8 success ratio against the Ducks on the power play. All kinds of time now for Jason Marshall. He'll look up at the clock and then whistle the puck the length of the ice.
Now, you can point to so many factors why this Winnipeg team has been able to withhold that charge hosted by the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim. You need to point to the specialty teams. The power play has been tremendous, as has the penalty killing unit. You combine that with the performance of a Keith Tkachuk and a Nikolai Habibulin, who have really stepped up their game in the course of that stretch drive, and you get a better understanding of why the Winnipeg Jets are in the position that they are in today.
You also cannot discount how fortunate they were to bring over a Craig Janney, who really seems to have found his scoring touch once again since coming over from the San Jose Sharks.
There's definitely some tremendous chemistry between Tkachuk and Janney, and that shouldn't surprise anybody. Janney, one of the best passers in the National Hockey League, and I believe that Keith Tkachuk is the power forward in the league right now. And if you give somebody a lane in the center of the ice that will allow Craig Janney to find them, well, you can expect that they're going to score some goals.
Puck played out to center ice where the Jets regroup. Winnipeg plays it up ice. Eddie Olczyk, far side feed. Teppo Numminen to the line. Here comes Tkachuk. Tried to get off a shot, but he was hooked offside, and we're going to get a whistle with 1:07 remaining on the 7-off penalty.
Craig Janney's story is kind of an interesting one. You see how productive he has been down the stretch. In fact, you look at the numbers for Craig Janney, 20 points in his up the San Jose Shark organization. But the Winnipeg management decided now is not the time to really force Craig Janney into a situation where he's going to try and improve his overall conditioning. We just want him to pass the puck. That deficiency will be addressed in the offseason.
Well, Janney has been held scoreless in just 2 of 20 games for the Winnipeg Jets as the Ducks once again find a seam and clear the puck the length of the ice.
And here's where he does his best work, on the power play.
45 seconds remain on the 7-off penalty. Ducks and the Jets scoreless. We're inside 18 minutes to play in this opening period. Puck shot in diagonally by Ole Tverdovsky. Centering feed caught up in the body advantage. Jets take it back. Tverdovsky accepting the feed, left point. Cross-ice pass. One-time shot taken by Manson. Cleared the length of the ice by David Karpa. 15 seconds remain on the interference call to Semenoff. Behind the net, Guy Apr tries to play it off the glass, kept in far corner. 7 seconds on the power play for Winnipeg. Top of the circle. Dallas Drake trying to set up shop out front as a long slap shot is somehow located by Guy Apr, and he'll take the whistle. Quality opportunity there for the Jets as Dallas Drake was setting the screen.
Finley's got a pretty heavy shot from the point, but the key work is down in
sweepstakes. The other 5 grand prize winners enjoyed watching Friday night's home game and won against the Dallas Stars in a luxury suite. Congratulations to all of the Simple Green grand prize winners. Bobby Dallas out of his own end. He has Marshall to his right. There's the feed on the fly. He looks up ice. Ruchin at the red line will play it in diagonally. Out of the corner, Tverdovsky tries to spin away from Sean Van Allen. Ruchin with it. Centers out front. Habibulin got the stick on it. Long shot by Marshall. Stick to side to the back wall. Ruchin out of the corner. Muscled down by Muni. We're going to have a penalty coming up here against Winnipeg. Ducks still have the puck. They try to get the extra attacker on. Ruchin deals the puck in traffic. It's played into the corner by Winnipeg, and the whistle sounds. Hooking will be the call, and the Ducks will move to the power play.
Craig Muni is not a defenseman gifted with an awful lot of lateral speed, and he is vulnerable. When players start cycling that puck around in the corner, you see exactly what I'm talking about. Ruchin was about to
1%. Face off at the top of the circle. Semenov, Aksuda, and Solani up top. Olesen back at the points alongside Paul Correa. Along the near boards, Semenov deals back to Olesen. Part of the blue line, Paul Correa. Looks back to Olesen. He's hounded there by Tkachuk. Olesen base in the circle, right back to Correa. One-time pass intended for Solani, picked up at the left point. Solani top of the circle, moves inside, deals down low. Semenov right back to Solani with 1:35 to go on the power play. Semenov still looking for movement up top. Finds a wide open Frederick Olesen. Back to Correa. Ducks working the perimeter as Dallas Drake and Keith Tkachuk work up top. Solani shot tipped in on goal, and Javi Bulin could not hold on to the loose puck. Keith Tkachuk gives it up inside the line. Semenov down low, shot it on goal. They score! Roman Aksuda taking the pass from Anatoly Semenov and pushing it past Nikolai Javi Bulin. Ducks on the board, 1-0.
Often do you see it, Chris, when the penalty killers have the opportunity to clear the puck out of the defensive zone and they just bungle that job? It gives the power play life and a second kick at the can. That's exactly what happens. Here's the original scramble around Javi Bulin, and it's Keith Tkachuk. Does not get that puck over the blue line. Nice feed by Semenov down low. You got to admire the perseverance of Roman Aksuda doing what he does best, and that is hang out in front of the opposing team's goaltender. Good finish by Aksuda.
Roman Aksuda continuing to be a dominant force on the Dutch power play as again Anaheim buzzes about Nikolai Khabibulin. Out of the corner, centering feed taken away by King. And Chris King at the blue line of Anaheim plays it inside the zone. Along the near boards, Karpa rips it free to the far side. We're regrouping at his own blue line as Dave Manson. Mike Stapleton's long slap shot in on goal, and Apr just got a piece of that. He was able to relocate the rebound and take the whistle.
You know, Ron Wilson sticks with pretty much the same formula that has been working for him in the last little while. Here's the last opportunity for the Jets. Shot from well out that Apr has a little bit of trouble with, but then he relocates the rebound. But what Coach Wilson likes to do is follow up either a goal for or a goal against with Todd Ewan and Ken Baumgartner's line. He feels that those players have the experience that they can handle any type of situation thrown at them. In other words, they recognize that those next shifts after a goal for or a goal against are the momentum builders or the momentum taker-awayers. They've done a tremendous job in the last month of really doing that job effectively.
Ron Wilson's club with a club record 34 victories to their credit this season. Puck played inside the zone and quickly thrown right back out by Munich. Intercepted by Gary Balk. Balk's wrist shot deflects to the far corner. Aksuda with it. Out of the reach of Balk, stepping up at the right point is Jason Marshall. Oleg Tverdovsky with all kinds of time out of the corner. Headmans the puck up ice, and here come the Winnipeg Jets. Korolev to Munich. Near side feed. Eastwood's long shot it on goal. Played into the corner by Guy Hebert. Jets cycle the puck down low. They look out front where Balk is there to intercept. Anaheim slows up the pace, and they'll make wholesale player changes.
I noticed those Mighty Duck forwards are paying a little bit special, extra attention, I think, to Oleg Tverdovsky. They have finished their checks very well on Oleg so far in this game.
Puck brought in over the line by Solani. Looks down low for Semenov. Too well covered at the defense. Jets take the puck away and clear back inside the blue line of Anaheim. Tkachuk hooks up with Frederick Olesen into the corner. Now Dallas Drake wrapped up from behind by Anatoly Semenov. Tkachuk still with it. Hounded by Olesen. He's driven to the backboard. Tkachuk still trying to muscle his man off the puck. Semenov pulls the puck to the forehand, finds an opening, and just lofts the puck high in the air. Jets take over with Janik leading the surge to the blue line of Anaheim. Shot taken by Tkachuk, broken up with the defense. Ducks try to clear the zone, but cannot do it. Second effort is successful.
And both coaches seem very comfortable with the idea of having their top lines playing against their opponent's top lines, and I guess with both teams being so successful, it makes sense to continue in that fashion. On the priority season ticket waiting list, call 714-704-2701 to reserve your place in line. Operators standing by Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's 704-2701. Call it this week.
Played up the far side where Mike Stapleton finds an opening. Ducks on top 1-0 on Roman Aksuda's 23rd of the season on the power play. But here come the Jets inside the zone. Ruchin intercepts and clears.
You know, Randy Ladouceur, it's been a while since he's actually played in a game. Big captain got caught off ice. Steve Ruchin did a nice job stepping back into the defenseman's role.
On the near boards, Norm McIver's clearing attempt. Eddie Olczyk tries to help out. Now gets help from Chris King, and he'll take over to clear the puck the length of the ice. We're going to get a whistle here, an icing call against the Winnipeg Jets. 11:25 remaining here in the opening period.
Eddie Olczyk has been also a factor in the Winnipeg Jets' recent success. It's kind of an interesting story about probably the last year that we'll see Eddie Olczyk. But he just kind of claws his way back in, finds a way to survive, and once again, he's put up some pretty good numbers.
Out of the corner, Munich looks up ice, quickly picked up by Baumgartner. It's played up the far side. Jets cleared it through the neutral zone. Three-man stack across the blue line for Anaheim as the Jets play it alongside Guy Apr. Bobby Dulles' clearing attempt up the right wing board, played out by J.F. Jean. Winnipeg right back inside the zone. Ducks have outshot the Jets 4-3. They lead this hockey game 1-0. Inside 11 minutes to play in the opening period. Bodies colliding along the backboard. Out of traffic, J.F. Jean is able to take his man off the puck as a quick shot from the point is quickly smothered by goaltender Guy Apr.
Mike Eastwood is another one of those grinding wingers the Winnipeg Jets boast in their arsenal. They can make Craig Muni. No call, however, by the official. I would say that falls kind of into that gray area.
Well, right now, with the game 1-0, I'm certain that referee Bill McCreary wants to let the players decide this one. The shot at on goal is smothered by Khabibulin.
The thing you might notice about Nikolai Khabibulin is he's always at least out at the top of the goal crease. And I think what the Mighty Ducks have to do is exploit that fact. Get people off to the sides of the net. You don't necessarily benefit from screening Khabibulin because he's so far out in front of the goal. Usually he gets a piece of the puck anyway. If you put people off to the sides and it puts some doubt in his mind, forces him to play a little bit deeper in the net, and that's what you want to try and do. Force a goaltender to play a style that he does not enjoy playing.
Roman Aksuda with the puck out of the corner. He tries to play it down low to Gary Malk with one hand. He's quickly picked up by Eddie Olczyk. Dave Manson in close quarters clears back through center ice. Frederick Olesen for Anaheim. Backhand feed picked off. Here comes Olczyk. Moves around it, Jack, and a quick shot and on goal is played by Hebert to the corner. Shots even at 5 apiece as the puck leaves the playing surface, and we'll get a whistle with 9:52 left in the opening period.
Teemu Selanne would love to have a big night against his former team. To keep that team in Winnipeg and forever will be very fondly remembered by the folks in Winnipeg. Now, of course, he's become a huge fan favorite here in Anaheim.
Sounds like you guys will have plenty to talk about during our first intermission. Teemu Selanne, our guest, with Brian Hayward coming up. The end of this period as the puck is rattled in deep by the Jets and pulled off the near boards by Captain Randy Ladouceur. David Carpa to Paul Kariya. Kariya run into by Dallas Drake. Well, I tell you, the corners in this building have not been kind to Paul Kariya the last couple of nights. Drake with it, looking down low, plays it back to the line. Chopped back in deep by Finland.
But Kariya really has demonstrated just what a gritty hockey player he actually is. Lost 3 teeth in that game against the Dallas Stars and barely missed a shift.
They call him the Toothless Wonder now. You know, there was an optional skate the day after that game Friday, and he showed up after being in the dentist chair for most of the night after the game. Here comes Tverdovsky. 1-on-2, he's on the short end. Tverdovsky looks down ice. Now he plays one past the net. Guy Apr is able to locate Steve Ruchin. Look out, the Jets in traffic trying to keep it inside the zone. Paul Kariya intercepts. 2-on-1 developing here. Kariya with Selanne. He looks, he feeds down low, and Selanne just whipped on it.
I tell you what, that was a tremendous defensive play by Craig Muni. He just got a piece of that puck passed across. Kariya to Selanne.
Igor Korolev to the red line, out to the blue line of Winnipeg. Plays it into the far corner. First man there, Darren Shannon. Behind the net. Jets try to throw it out front, intercepted. And here comes Sean Van Allen to Bobby Dallas. Delayed call coming up against Winnipeg as they take it back, and it's cleared up ice by Norm McIver. Interference will be the call with 8 minutes left. There's your Southwest Airlines scoreboard.
I think people are sold on Toyotas.
Back out onto the ice.
Well, it was Muni who was in the box the last time when the Ducks converted on the power play. This is their second attempt of the game. Face off just inside the Winnipeg blue line. Taken away by the Jets and cleared back to center ice where Frederick Olesen regroups at his own blue. Here comes Semenov to Solani. Solani looks for the trailer. It's Aksuda. Solani again tries to spin away from Teppo Numminen. In the deep slot, Correa and Olesen playing a game of catch on the perimeter. Solani with it. Correa crashes the net. There's the pass, and it made its way through traffic, but Semenov regroups out of the far corner. Semenov top of the circle. Dishes to Solani. Olesen steps up. His wrist shot played off the body of King, but not cleared out. Again, the Ducks are able to contain the zone. Correa's left shot is blocked out front by Finley. Solani with it for Anaheim. Back to Correa. His one-time shot is shanked well off the mark. Jets trying to clear the zone. Opportune bounce off the stanchion, and it's cleared up ice by Mike Stapleton.
Must be kind of like deja vu for Winnipeg Jet fans watching this Mighty Duck power play throw the puck around. Two very important factors on that power play unit, of course, Teemu Solani and Frederick Olesen, both members of a very explosive Winnipeg power play from just a year ago.
Inside 50 seconds to go on the power play. Brian is out of the corner. Roman Aksuda gets help from Ruchin. Correa right point. Ruchin takes it back top of the circle. 35 seconds remain on the power play. Solani and Dallas on the left side. Cross-side street. Ruchin track. One pass down low. Too many. He had a wide open opportunity, and Roman Aksuda was ready to accept the pass, but Javi Bulin made the stop. Solani picked up and cleared by Drake.
Might have been one pass too many, but what a play by Nikolai Javibulin. Actually got the shaft of the goal stick on that cross-ice pass. Otherwise, it was a tap-in goal for the Mighty Ducks.
Carpa with it on the exchange from Hebert. 6:05 left opening period. Ducks leading 1-0 on the strength of a power play goal by Roman Aksuda. Out of the box comes Igor Korolev. The teams are back at full strength. Korolev shoots one in on goal, and Hebert may have just gotten a piece of that.
Almost lost his head in the process as well. What a rocket by Korolev.
Out of the corner, Jets clear back inside the blue line of Anaheim. Hebert comes aggressively out of the net to exchange with Jason Marshall. Olczyk forechecking up front with Mike Stapleton. Played up the far side and back out to center ice. Here comes Joe Sacco. 2-on-2 as J.M. Jean. He's neutralized and taken down by Chris King. Now Jean returns the favor in the far corner. Tverdovsky's pass up the left wing boards, picked off by Marshall. Van Allen looks to Joe Sacco where the Jets intercept, and again it looks like Winnipeg is going to be tagged with a penalty here. Roughing is going to be the call with 5:15 left here in the opening period.
I think this penalty is going to go against Winnipeg's captain, puck handler. Certainly not afraid to jump up into the offensive scheme for the Jets.
Used to be years ago, you think of the Winnipeg Jets and you think of Tomas Steen. Nowadays, you probably think of Teppo Numminen. Take a look in terms of longevity. Teppo Numminen, originally signed by the Jets in '86. Cross-ice speed, picked off at the defense by Finley. All kinds of time for Winnipeg. They'll use to clear the zone.
And much like Ron Wilson will try and match Bobby Dallas against the premier offensive line of the opposing team, Terry Simpson will do likewise with Numminen.
Here comes Semenov around a Jet, trying to play it ahead to Solani, takes it back. Olesen's cross-eye speed was played out of the zone as the Ducks once again are forced all the way back inside their own blue line. Semenov with it along the left wing boards. He has Solani to his right, and Aksuda crashing the net. Aksuda with it out of the corner. Looks for help at the right point. Correa's there. Pass intended for Aksuda, picked off by Dave Manson. Manson double teamed off the puck. Aksuda again hacked at by Shannon as Correa finds a wide open Semenov at the top of the circle. Anatoly Semenov pulls the puck up ice. Aksuda waits. His pass back to Correa deflects onto the tape, but a hurried pass is taken away by the Jets. And again, with all kinds of time, Darren Shannon will just clear the puck up the left wing board.
You know, I think Anatoly Semenov has got to be a threat to shoot that puck when he gets it down below the top of the circle. Otherwise, he does not draw the defenders out from in front of his own goal.
Here comes Solani. Hit shot and a toe save by goaltender Nikolai Khabibulin. Puck cleared the length of the ice by Mike Eastwood, and out of the net comes Guy Hebert. 2 minutes, 10 seconds remain on the double minor to Chris King. Ducks leading 1-0. There's 3:20 left in the opening period. Along the far boards, Mike Stapleton plays it back just inside his own blue line. Looks like we're going to have a delayed call coming up here against Anaheim, and slashing is going to be the call. Gary Ball making his way over to the penalty box with 3:12 left here in the opening period. Ducks 1, Jets 0. And so we're going to keep it right here as we get set for the face-off.
Gary Ball did
The Oilers tack on 11 assists as well.
Remember when J.F. John stepped into the lineup, he added heart and intensity from the very first shift on the ice. Very welcome addition.
At center ice, Norm MacIver. Drop pass intended for Kachuk, played back to Bobby Dallas. Dallas looks near side to Jason Marshall. Right back to Dallas in his own zone. Steps around Frank Janney, and here comes Dallas to the blue line of Winnipeg. Left wing Bijan wide flat shot, and again a kick saved by Khabibulin. Ducks have to get back in a hurry because Frank Janney's trying to take advantage of the transition. His shot just off the mark as he waited for Keith Kachuk to enter the flow. Ducks will touch the puck, take the whistle, but again behind the play, a whistle and a penalty. There's your Southwest Airlines scoreboard. Korea, Karpa, and Bobby Dallas, the three-man penalty killing unit for Anaheim, as Norm MacIver has the puck top of the circle. He looks for the return pass and gets it. Wide open is Newman. He steps up. Newman backs off, back to MacIver, and a one-time shot is tipped towards Guy Hebert, deflects onto the tape of Paul Korea, and he'll clear the puck the length of the ice. 17:27. Newman out of his own zone. He has Janney open on the left side, and Kachuk trying to gain entry on the right side. Kachuk cannot pick up that pass up ice. Carpet tries to clear the point, but MacIver contains, but Ruchin intercepts. Inside, 2 minutes to play here in the period. Inset shows you the time remaining on the Jets power play. Newman has to peel away from Ruchin. Jets power play going backwards right now as Norm MacIver once again along the left wing boards looks for opening at center ice. No, here comes Janney again. Drop pass to Kachuk. Kachuk along the left wing board. Gives it back to Norm MacIver. Janney's posted off the left post. He accepts the feed with Dallas picking him up. Right back to MacIver. Over to Janney. He moves inside. Wide open is Newman along the left wing board. MacIver's wrist shot tipped it on goal, and Kachuk's rebound shot caught the base of the net. Out of the penalty box comes Chris King. And when we get set for the next faceoff, it'll be a 5-on-4 situation favoring the Winnipeg Jets. But Keith Kachuk doing a terrific job of picking this penalty. Guy Hebert has handled all 6 shots thrown his way thus far by the Winnipeg Jets. Anaheim leads 1-0 on the strength of Roman Aksuda's power play goal. Off the draw, Darren Van Imp, Gary Ball. He'll clear the zone. Approaching 1 minute remaining here in the period. 25 seconds remain on the Joe Sacco penalty for holding the stick of Keith Kachuk. Played up ice, here comes Janney with Kachuk and Olczyk. His long wrist shot is played wide of the mark by Darren Van Imp. Van Imp tries to take it back out of the corner. Eddie Olczyk had his man too well covered, but from a prone position, Gary Volk is able to clear the zone. 35 seconds remain in the period. Joe Sacco steps out of the penalty box, and the teams are back at full strength. Back-to-back kills for Anaheim. As Norm MacIver plays the puck in off the backboard. Jason Marshall accepts the feed from line-mate Van Imp, and here comes Todd Ewan at the blue line of Winnipeg. Ewan tries to follow up, but it's played off the mark by Shannon. Shannon looks for Eddie Olczyk, and his right side feed connects on the fly. 8 seconds left in the period as Ladisher blocked that attempt. Centering feed taken back by Captain Randy Ladouceur and cleared up ice. That'll do it for the opening period. Now the Mighty Ducks turn in a textbook defensive period. Tonight's Mighty Ducks telecast is being brought to you in part by beating Ithaca, New York this morning 4-1. Now tonight the Sabres will take on Livonia, Michigan in a winner-take-all championship game. Our very best in the South Coast Sabres. Live action here at the pond, controlled by the Jets up the right wing board. David Carpa bumped to the back wall by Keith Tkachuk. Tkachuk out of the corner, picked up by Carpa again. Semenov and Dallas Drake also there. Semenov deals to Paul Kariya. Now David Carpa and Keith Tkachuk going eyeball to eyeball just to the right of Guy Hebert, but nothing further develops. Now it once again gets heated up back out at center ice as Anatoly Semenov gains the line. Semenov looks for Kariya. He was too well covered at the defense. They move Solani. Pulls the puck off the board. Drops it off to Carpa. Moves around the defense and then gives it up inside to Teppo Numminen. Look out here. 2-on-1 developing. Here comes Tkachuk. Hits wrist shot and a glove hand save by Guy Hebert. You know what? You got to give an awful lot of credit not only to Guy Hebert for a sensational save, but Randy Ladouceur, who takes away the passing lane. Watch. He let it be known that their new name would be the Coyotes, and recently they announced their new colors and logo. We're going to show that to you a bit later on the telecast. On the corner again. Jets trying to drive to net, and Guy Hebert got the paddle down in time to deny Darren Shannon. Ruchin clears to center ice. Jets with 10 shots on goal now. Ducks with 9. But Anaheim leads the game 1-0 as Winnipeg pulls the puck in over the line offside. Well, we told you we'd show you the logo. Let's take a gander. There it is. Phoenix Coyotes. Certainly has a Southwest look to it, doesn't it, Aiden?
No question about that. Kind of an Aztec type look to the logo itself. That half moon in there as well. I'm not sure exactly what the significance of that is. I guess the coyote howling at the moon. Nice. Yeah.
Official colors: purple, brick red, and sand.
You know, when I was conducting that interview with Teemu Solani, the interview room is right next to the Winnipeg Jet locker room, and so you can hear the players yelling and screaming immediately after the period ends. And they were encouraging one another to pick up the tempo. They said, we don't want to finish 8th, guys. This is a crucial period for us coming up.
Oleg Tverdovsky behind his own net. Plays the puck up ice where Keith Tkachuk looks for Eddie Olczyk. Gary Vaughn pushes him back to his own blue line. Laid up the right wing boards where Mike Stapleton gives it up to Jason Marshall. And again, Anaheim is content to play it in deep. 2 minutes gone in the second period. Ducks leading the Jets 1-0. Chris Madsen calling the action alongside Brian Hayward. And Brian, we have a delayed call coming up against the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim. Keith Tkachuk tries to step around Carpa. He gets taken down. And the whistle sounds, stopping play with 2:05 gone here in the second period.
It'll be a high sticking penalty. I think it's going against Alex Hicks, and I'm not sure if Alex Hicks even the game, whether he's trying to tie a game or protect the lead.
Face off at the top of the circle, just to the right of Guy Hebert. Jets win the draw. Tverdovsky's one-time slap shot. Caromed off the ankle of Paul Kariya. Something to watch as this game progresses. As you remember, Paul Kariya limped off the ice a few nights ago with the aid of crutches out of the building. This played back to the line. Madsen to Korolev.
Kariya's just taken a beating in the last week and a half.
Shot played through traffic. Bobby Dallas throws a hip into Igor Korolev. Olczyk along the backboard, greeted by Jason Marshall. Dallas to Kariya. All kinds of time up the left wing boards, and he'll take advantage of it.
You know, it's one of the things that Bobby Dallas really does a good job of in the penalty killing situation, that he doesn't panic when he gets a hold of that puck. Quite often you'll see him just bump it up. The coaches refer to as the half wall and allow his wingers to clear the zone if he feels he can.
4-man penalty killing unit for Anaheim. Van Impe and Carpa with Jean up top alongside Joe Sacco as the Ducks find an opening once again and clear the zone with 55 seconds remaining on the Hicks penalty. Teppo Numminen from behind his own net. He has Finley in motion to his left. Avoids the forechecking J.M. Jump. There's Finley on the fly up the left wing boards, looking up ice. Keith Tkachuk gets the puck taken away by Van Impe. Out of the corner. Dallas Drake to Numminen. Down low, Craig Janney centering feed out front. Hops over the stick of Tkachuk. Norm MacIver with it. Tkachuk again. Moves to the outside, top of the circle, fakes a shot, plays it down low to Janney. 20 seconds left on the Hicks penalty. Janney, very deliberate as he throws it back to MacIver, and his shot deflects onto the tape of Tkachuk. Here it comes again, and it caught the shoulder of Dallas Drake and almost snuck in behind Guy Hebert. Dex once again used the left wing board to clear the zone.
And I think Anaheim was a little bit fortunate there because Joe Sacco applied a nice little hook to the shoulder of Keith Tkachuk just seconds before he got that centering pass from Janney. And no call by the official.
0 for 4. The Jets are on the night thus far on the power play. Norm MacIver's clearing attempt picked up by Frederick Olesen. Near side feed to Randy Ladouceur. He'll off the puck high in the air where Dave Manson collects the puck out of the corner. Manson rewarded recently with a multi-million-dollar deal from Winnipeg. Brought up over the line, centering feed by Eastwood. Picked off by the back-checking Semenoff, and here comes Correa to Solani. The trailer is Semenoff, and Solani drives the net, and his backhand shot is steered aside by Khabibulin. Semenoff driven to the far boards by Igor Korolev, where the Jets pick up the loose puck and clear the length of the ice. Dallas in a foot race, he'll win it and take the icing call here against the Winnipeg Jets. 15:03 left in the second period. There is your Southwest Airlines scoreboard from Anaheim.
I think people are sold on Toyotas because from a simple phone call.
Future decoy right there as we get set for the face-off to the left of Nikolai Khabibulin. And a 1-0 Anaheim lead behind Roman Aksuda's power play goal. Chad Kilger plays the puck inside the zone. Guy Hebert clears to the far boards. Sean Van Allen with Ken Baumgartner and Todd Ewan. His long slap shot played into the corner. Baumgartner, the first man of the puck, just missed on a backhand attempt. Long slap shot by Dallas, and it may have tattooed the post. Baumgartner, he's run over by Chad Kilger. Now along the backboard, Finley tries to wrap up Sean Van Allen. Baumgartner met from behind by Kilger. Khabibulin picks up the loose puck and clears up the left wing boards as once again a break is developing just out front of Nikolai Khabibulin. Todd Ewan in the middle of it along with the veteran Craig Muni.
Well, you expected something like that to happen. You know, Baumgartner and Ewan, along with Van Allen, have just had a tremendous shift. They got that puck in deep. They were cycling it.
Muni and Ewan definitely taking a seat. With 5:35 gone here in the period, both are going to get 4 minutes. Muni, 2 for roughing, 2 for cross-checking, while Ewan gets 2 for roughing and 2 for slashing. Manson headmans the puck. Where it's taken away by Jason Marshall. Marshall paired with Bobby Dallas as Jason York given a well-deserved rest tonight. Long shot, tipped wide of the mark out front by Norm MacIver. Falk in the corner, looks for an opening along the right side. Collision course set up there between Aksuda and Janney. Jets with the puck, and here comes Dallas Drake up the right wing board. He'll jam on the brakes. Looks up by, says Tkachuk just couldn't quite get the stick on it. Aksuda around to check. He gets dragged down from behind by Dallas Drake. Ill-advised penalty there. A gift to the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim, and Drake will make his way over to the penalty box.
You know, it really seemed like it was only a matter of time before Dallas Drake was hit with a penalty. And although the Ducks did not qualify for the postseason, you got to believe they will be one of the favorites to make it in there next year.
Ball Correa to Frederick Olesen. Right back to Correa. Solani sets up at the top of the circle as Correa drives the net. Olesen's the last man back, and his wrist shot actually caught the body of Paul Correa cutting cross ice. All kinds of time. At his own line, Finley whips at it, gives it up to Semenoff. Laid into the corner where Aksuda's centering feed is taken away and cleared up ice by Mike Stapleton. 13:05 left in the second period. Anaheim leading the game 1-0. Paul Correa headmans to Anatoly Semenoff. Semenoff knifes his way in traffic. Picked up by Oleg Tverdovsky. He'll play it back to the line where Paul Correa is hooked off the puck by Shannon. Solani's blind backhand feed connects with Olsen, and his long slap shot is tipped in on goal. Khabibulin could not relocate the rebound, but Shannon does. all kinds of time for him. Still play it up ice to Oleg Tverdovsky. Short-handed. He'll try to test Apr.14 on goal. Loose pucks out of the net, cleared by Paul Kariya. Jets take it back. Backhand shot on a short-handed attempt by Igor Korolev, rejected by Apr.14.
Nice little rush off ice by Oleg Tverdovsky. I'm not so sure if it's a smart decision on Oleg's part, because he's supposed to be back defending on the penalty kill, but he recognizes that it's Kariya back there down low, and you got to have a big guy like that to draw the defenseman away from the people handling the puck.
Off the draw, Steve Ruchin with him, plays it back to David Karpa. Aksuda, 6'3", 220 pounds, and what a welcome addition he has been since coming over on the 15th of March from Vancouver. In exchange for Mike Sillinger. Played off the near board. Jump cannot collect the puck, but Van Imp does. Wrist shot by Karpa, extended save. Goal! J.F. Jump, his second of the year.
I tell you what, you got to be impressed by the poise shown by J.F. Jump. Watch this rebound. It's a hard rebound because it comes right off the goalkeeper's blocker. So it's got some steam on it when it gets to Jump's hands. You see how athletic Habib Bulin is. He's caught out of position, but watch how the goalkeeper dives up. He does not give up on any pucks. And Jump ends up having to make a pretty darn good shot to get that puck up into the top corner of the net. Terrific finish by J.F. Jump.
And you know, JF wanted one at home. His last one came in Edmonton on Valentine's Day. This time it's a power play goal and a 2-0 Anaheim lead. Karpa plays it up the right side. Teemu Selanne bumped by Norm MacIver. Jets try to play it out front. Randy Ladouceur looks to clear. It's intercepted by Tkachuk. Jets keep the play alive inside the zone. Centering feed. Tkachuk steps up. Wrist shot over top of the crossbar. Ladouceur up the near side where Ken Baumgartner finds an opening. And out of the net comes Habib Bulin to leave it for Norm MacIver. Baumgartner forechecking, looks for the return feed from Sean Van Allen, and this line continues to give the Jets fits. Jets leading this hockey game 2-0.
I am one with my Pizza Hut Rawlings game ball.
Years in professional sports just yet. It's nice to have that youthful enthusiasm in the lineup.
It seems like he's been around a lot longer than 31 games, though, doesn't it? You take a look at him and Hicks, guys that have made a tremendous impact since being called up from Baltimore. Certainly have found themselves a home here in Anaheim as they played up the left side, and Shannon looks up ice for Eddie Olczyk. Hicks intercepts, headmans to Gary Paul. Right back to Hicks in over the line. Tries to step around Teppo Numminen. He's taken to the backboard. Out of the corner. Korolev accepts the feed. Moves the puck up ice. Stepping up over the line offside. We get a whistle and a stoppage with 10:49 left.
Hey fans, it's the 3rd annual Mighty Ducks Youth Hockey Camp from July 8th through July 12th. Ages 6 to 15 can learn hockey from the... He wants to be recognized as the best goaltender in the NHL. He's only 23 years old. He's got a very bright future ahead of him.
Back to the line. Korea's long slap shot in on goal, and Habib Bulin leaves the rebound for Teppo Numminen. Habib Bulin has already set career highs in games played, minutes played, and victories this season. He pretty much has been the backbone to the Jets' drive. We talked about people like Tkachuk and Janney. He's anchored the defense. Selanne to Kariya. Stepping up, Van Imp. Right side feed just out of the reach of Teemu Selanne. Paul Kariya in the right wing corner. Swipe pass to the left wing boards. Taken down by Dallas Drake. Jets with 13 shots on goal. Anaheim with 15. Ducks leading 2-0. Keith Tkachuk in the deep slot. Plays it into the corner. Janney. Return feed to Tkachuk. Played through the legs of Anatoly Semenov. And here comes Teemu Selanne. Kariya at the blue line. Amidst 4 Winnipeg Jets players, he'll throw it into the corner. Olesen leaves it behind the net. Selanne first man to the puck. He's taken off the play by Dave Manson. Aaron feed out front, intercepted by Semenov. Looks for the give and go. There's the feed out front, but it was just under left. And here comes Mike Stapleton for Winnipeg.
incredible pass from behind the goal by Paul Correa, rather. Recognizes that Solani is open in the slot, but he also knows that Khabibulin will be there with the goal stick to take away the short side, so it's an aerial flip pass. Just bounces over Teemu's stick.
Paul Correa at the line, met by McIver, blows around again. Here's Ruchin, shot it on goal, saved by Khabibulin. Correa hits the left post, it's cleared to the near corner. Oh, Ducks came oh so close to extending their lead to 3-0. Khabibulin was flat on his back.
I gotta believe in the back of Paul's mind that was goal number 49 up on the tote for it. He just ran it straight into the goalpost.
Back inside his own zone, David Karpa being lined up by Igor Korolev. He avoids the check. Ruchin looks to the left, now to the right, and finds Joe Sacco. Played into the far corner where Teppo Newman and bank pass to Oleg Tverdovsky is taken down by Igor Korolev, and here come the Jets 3-on-2. Brought in over the line, Tverdovsky winds, slap shot just off the mark. Played to the near boards. J.F. Jean tries to tie up Korolev. Look at that nifty stick work, rather, but it's taken back by Winnipeg, and they'll regroup at the red line. Approaching 8 minutes left here in the second period. Ducks leading 2-0, getting another power play goal, this time from J.F. Jean, from Karpa and Van Impe. Driving the net, they deal out front. They played right through the semicircle, and Sean Van Allen tries to clear up the right side, cannot do it. Shannon speed to Korolev. Return feed down low. Eastwood finds Shannon's side of the net. Sean Van Allen back checking is there to intercept it. Here come the Ducks. 2-on-1. Jean bit over the line, steps up, back to Van Allen. He scored! Sean Van Allen accepting the feed from J.F. Jean and converting. Ducks lead the Jets 3-0.
What a brilliant play by J.F. Jean, because not only does he put this pass right on the stick of Sean Van Allen, but he freezes the goaltender. Watch what he does right here. A little bit of a fake, and with Khabibulin down on his knees out of the play, Sean Van Allen has that wide open net staring him in the face. J.F. calmly corrals that puck, puts the fake on both Khabibulin and the Jets defense. And it's an easy tap-in for Van Allen.
Nice to see guys like J.F. Johnson, Sean Van Allen rewarded for a season of hard work for Van Allen. It snaps a 20-game goal-scoring drought. His last coming against the Los Angeles Kings on the 27th of January. Ducks still buzzing about Khabibulin. Here comes Olesen behind the net. He drops it off. Here's a quick wrist shot by Baumgartner and a save by Khabibulin. Ducks again throwing in the direction of Van Allen. He just missed on the tip-in. Inside 7 minutes to play second period. Off the backboard. Dave Manson able to take Van Allen off the puck. Defensive mate McIver right back to Manson in his own zone.
I'll tell you what, those Winnipeg defenders are just standing around right now in the defensive zone. Not for the efforts of Nikolai Khabibulin, the Ducks would be much further ahead in this hockey game.
Sean Van Allen's 8th of the year from J.F. Jean at 12:25 extended the Ducks lead to 3-0 over the Winnipeg Jets. So at 6:37 left here in the second period, there is your Southwest Airlines scoreboard. His brother on the end of the row, Todd, now a member of the Phoenix Coyotes front office, taking in today's game.
Freddie Olesen in the box for the next couple of minutes. He was hit a slashing penalty of an undisciplined play by Olesen happened well away from the puck.
So power play opportunity number 5 developing here for the Winnipeg Jets from behind the Anaheim net. Tkachuk to McIver. Near side feed, Teppo Newmanen. Newmanen has a wide open Tkachuk, and he whips on a slap shot attempt. He was too well covered by Marshall, and here comes Hicks. The trailer is Dallas. Tried to play it back to him, but Dallas inside the zone. We're going to get a whistle. Interference is the call away from the play with 6:01 left during the second period. Let's see if we can pick up the infraction.
Well, here's the interference right here. Or McIver, I believe.
Van Allen, his 8th of the season at 12:25. Jean picked up the lone assist on that one. Oleg Tverdovsky back into the corner. Manson on the return feed. Dallas Drake picked up by Darren Van Impe. Ducks try to hold the line. Along the near boards, David Karpa double team. He's taken off the puck, and Dallas Drake tries to work his way inside the blue line of Anaheim. Around to check. His shot over top of the crossbar. Picked up by Ruchin out of the corner. Ruchin at the blue line of Winnipeg. Tries to step around Dave Manson. He gets tackled to the ice. No penalty called. 4-on-4 hockey continues with Tverdovsky leading the charge. Drop pass to Drake, right back to Korolev. Slap shot played off the stick of Korea to the far side. Cool under pressure. David Carpet takes refuge back in his own net.
You mentioned it. It's one of the things that has really allowed David Carpet to shine over the course of the last 6 weeks. He does not cough that puck up very often.
Ball Korea's wrist shot. Play to the near side, and Dave Manson will counter punch for the Jets. Manson with the hardest slap shot in the league. Blocked the NHL skills competition. Tried to throw it up ice, but it was kicked aside at the defense. Now along the backboard. Shannon trying to outwork J.M. Jean for the puck. Now Jason Marshall throws his weight around. All alone out front. Backhand shot off the mark by Finley. Olczyk with it to Newman. Right back to Shannon behind the net. Bobby Dallas wraps him up and pins him along the near board. Here comes the Ducks on the power play. 25 seconds left on the advantage. Korea looks for the trailer. Marshall steps up, but he's double teamed off the play. Dallas will crank the puck in deep. Fans wonder if he saved the line. He did. Jets try to clear the zone. And in turn, Bobby Dallas has to wait for players to step onside.
Normally you'll hear that goaltender banging his stick on the ice just as a penalty is about to expire against his team. Howie Boulin did not do that, and the Jets got 4 players caught deep in the offensive zone when in fact they were a man short.
Around to check. Kachuk steps up, looks up ice. He gets taken down by David Carpa. Wanted a penalty, won't get it, and Paul Korea slows up the pace for Solani. Solani spins back to the right point. Looks to the left side. Ladders are wide. Slap shot. Extended save by Howie Boulin. Oleg Tverdovsky at center ice, spinning away from a couple of Mighty Duck forecheckers. Right now, Brian, not much flow to the game of the Winnipeg Jets.
They get a lot of people standing around away from the puck, and as a result, we're attacking with one person only. There's not a lot of close support on the puck right now for Winnipeg.
You talk about attacking. Stepping up over the boards comes Sean Van Allen, Ken Baumgartner, and Todd Hewitt.
A whole different kind of attack.
Off the corner, clearing attempt. Played back to the blue line of Anaheim. Jets, Dave Manson stood up at center ice by Sean Van Allen. Howie Boulin looks to exchange behind his own net. McIvers, left wing feed, picked off by Frederick Olesen. Jets try to take it back, but Sean Van Allen will clear back inside the blue line of Winnipeg.
And that's just another terrific shift for Ewan, Van Allen, and Baumgartner. They disrupt everything that the Winnipeg Jets try as they leave that defensive zone. It becomes very frustrating for a club, especially when you have your premier line out on the ice and you can't really get anything going.
Inside 2:20 to play. And this is the season finale. Laid it on goal. Yeager will take the whistle with 2:11 left on the clock. He glances over as once again tempers Flair in the left offensive corner. The Mighty Ducks of Anaheim behind goals by Aksuda. Jean and Van Allen lead this one.
No longer do they have to sit there and watch their team check their way to a victory. This is a pretty explosive team that now steps out on the ice here in Anaheim.
Slap shot in on goal. Hebert makes the save. He gets run over by Eddie Olczyk, but losing sight of the puck was referee Bill McCreary, and we'll get a whistle.
The inspirational leader. Look about how many games in succession has Hebert just been brilliant.
Put up some remarkable numbers down the stretch when the Ducks needed him, as that shot is taken away at the defense. Getting back to King, though, there's a definite connection between King and Eddie Olczyk. We'll talk about that in just a moment. Korea's wrist shot just misses the mark. Boy, Korea got that one off in a hurry. On the backboard, Solani with it. He tries to stiff arm, his man off the puck, tries to work his way free of the grasp of Greg Munich.
You might notice, you kids at home, how effectively both Solani and Korea change speeds when they have control of the puck. They send out messages, put all kinds of head fakes on the defenders. That's what really makes them elite offensive players.
Slap shot, Korea. Just getting a piece of that was Nikolai Khabibulin, and the puck leaves the playing surface.
Good look at Paul Korea. Good opportunity, and Korea has developed an overpowering shot this season as he turns from strictly a playmaker into a goal scorer as well. But you see how far out in front of that goal crease Khabibulin is. That puck actually had him beaten on the play, but it just happened to hit him because he was so far out challenging Paul Korea. Another guy who has been tremendous down the stretch, and that really takes away a lot of his effectiveness. Good to see Big Daddy back in the lineup.
Randy Ladouceur reminding us that his most memorable moment was the night they paid tribute to him when he played in his 900th NHL game here at the Arrowhead Pond. Puck brought in over the line by the Jets, played into the corner. Kachuk's pass off the backboard, intercepted by Ladouceur. Pass out of the reach of Gary Volk. Jets try to contain the zone with Dallas Drake finding a wide open Craig Janney. Hicks takes it back. Aksuda in the neutral zone gets help from Gary Volk. 40 seconds left in the period. Khabibulin on the exchange to Teppo Numminen. Here comes Numminen to center ice. At the blue line of Anaheim, he plays it in between defenders. Apr out of the net to swipe it off the backboard. 25 seconds left in the second period. Kachuk picked up by Gary Volk. Running over is Darren Van Impe. Delayed call coming up against Winnipeg as Roman Aksuda drags the puck in over the line. Aksuda waiting for Korea. He moves up for a shot and a goal! Paul Korea's 49th of the season.
Korea was the man jumping off the bench. Gieber did a tremendous job on the delayed penalty, getting over to the Mighty Duck bench. Korea first off manages to find some space right in the center of the ice. Now here's the penalty upcoming on Gary Volk. He takes an elbow in the chops, but the Ducks immediately kick it into that transition game. They get it into the offensive zone and watch the nice little delay by Aksuda. He sees Korea jump off the bench. Paul all the way wants to go top shelf on Khabibulin. He knows he's a butterfly-style goaltender. The scouting report pays off right up and under the bar. Goal number 49 on the season for Paul Korea.
And Brian, for the fourth time in the last 6 games, Paul Korea is turning in a multi-point performance.
Just a tremendous period for the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim. They really controlled it throughout. Appears to be a lot more jump in the legs, the Mighty Ducks squad, compared to the players from Winnipeg.
We remind you tonight, the Mighty Ducks, what tremendous support the Mighty Ducks have enjoyed. And you know, I thought one of the most poignant memories of the season was handed down by Joe Sacco when he asked him what was his most memorable moment, and he said, "I love the way fans banded together for Milos Holland in the bone marrow drive." And of course, we wish Milos Holland and his family all the very best as he continues his recovery from a bone marrow transplant this offseason.
Definitely an awful lot of positives surrounding this hockey team. You know, at one point in the season, shown by Ladouceur, it's very difficult for a team captain to lead when he is not a huge factor out on the ice. And Ladouceur has done a good job of being able to do that, even though he's not contributing on the ice surface. You have to really admire Randy for that.
Puck right in over the line. Jean bids for another and just misses as he tried to go into the upper right-hand corner over the shoulder of Nikolai Khabibulin. On the far boards, Norm McIver ties up Jean from behind. Eddie Olczyk throws his weight around as well. 1 minute gone here in the third period. Out of traffic, Ruchin drives the net. Marshall skated past the loose puck, and Dallas Drake up the left wing boards. Spun around by Bobby Dallas. Drake can't make his way past the veteran defenseman. But Oleg Tverdovsky along the far boards is able to pinch and hold the right point. Now it's played outside the surface, and we'll get a whistle. Brian, we should begin some of the many thank yous that we have in store for those folks who were involved throughout the course of the season. We begin with our friends over at Prime Sports.
Certainly did. Certainly adds that California edge to the telecast. Billy Mack always does a terrific job.
Out of the corner, Jets with it. cycle it down low. Centering feed out front, intercepted by Gary Volk and cleared back to the circle. Greg Muni cuts over for Winnipeg. Gives it up to Alex Hicks. Hicks steps up over the line. On the backhand, he deals out front. It's kicked aside by Igor Korolev, who had come back to help out defensively. Oleg Tverdovsky's left wing feed. Well out of the reach of Darren Shannon. Picked off by Alex Hicks, and he'll play it behind the net. Van Imp headmans the puck.
One of the things I find interesting about the Winnipeg Jets, who really looks like they are going to be meeting Detroit in the first round. This is one of the few teams in the NHL able to defeat the Red Wings on their home ice this season. So perhaps more than any other club in the Western Conference, Winnipeg at least will give themselves a little bit of hope going into that series.
Puck played up ice as it shot into the corner. Apr watches as David Karpa avoids a check. So if Winnipeg loses, they would open against Detroit. Colorado would play host to Vancouver. Chicago at home against Calgary. And Toronto would open up against the St. Louis Blues at the Gardens. Now, keep in mind, should the Jets come back and somehow pull off a victory here tonight, they would have home ice advantage and meet the Maple Leafs.
Well, unless a miracle happens, I can't really see that happening, because there does not appear to be a lot of jump in the step of the Winnipeg Jets. The Ducks are playing a pretty conservative third period. I don't see them giving up an awful lot of ice to those Winnipeg forwards.
Two-line pass and an offside whistle. You get a stoppage in play. Ducks lead the Jets 4-0 on KCAP.
I like to think of mine.
Clock in the third period. Just inside the blue line, Semenoff with Correa and Solani. Talking to some of the players this morning, Brian, down in the locker room, it seems like they desperately would like to see Paul Correa hit the 50-goal plateau.
There's no question that Correa is the leader of this hockey club. I mentioned the fact that he has taken an awful lot of abuse in the past couple of weeks. He showed his true grit. He certainly can't think of anyone more deserving than reaching the 50-goal mark.
Played back out to the neutral zone. Teemu Solani with Correa steps up, looks for Correa, shoots it on goal, and a save by Javi Buller. McIver clears up the left wing board. Keith Kachuk to Oleg Tverdovsky. Steps around Teemu Solani at the blue line, 1-on-3. He's on the short end. He's driven off the puck by Jason Marshall into the corner. Along the backboard, Bobby Dallas wraps up Dallas Drake. Semenoff. Puck stripped from him. Quick shot. There's Chad Kilger. And an equally terrific save by goaltender Guy Hebert. Kilger has seen spot duty here this evening, but what a grade A opportunity that was.
Well, and I'm sure that Chad Kilger
and Prime Sports. Face off to the right of Guy Hebert. J.F. Schultz set to take the draw against Eddie Olczyk. Shot back to the line. Wrist shot by Tverdovsky is well off the mark. We'll get a whistle and a stoppage in play with 15:35 left in the third period.
You mentioned the fact that Chad Kilger has received pretty much spot. Preferred to go with the veterans down the stretch.
Chad's last goal on the 1st of March against the Hartford Whalers. Played inside the zone, Greg Muni. Frederick Olesen gives a glance over his right shoulder. Kilger takes him down. Jets with it along the near boards. J.F. Jean tries to poke it ahead and does. Bank pass intended for Ruchin. Out of the corner, battling 20s along with Oleg Tverdovsky. Ruchin still with it, taking advantage of the reach advantage that he has there. Plays it back out to center ice, and Darren Van Imp working on a 2-point night. Clears it back inside the zone. Ruchin with it again. Stepping up, wrist shot in on goal, and an easy save for Nikolai Khabibulin. With 5:05 gone here in the third period.
Rough housing going on right now between J.F. Jump and Chad Kilger. I'm very surprised if anything comes of theirs, but the Ducks, for the most part, have really been controlling play down low, and it doesn't appear that the Winnipeg Jets want to get too involved in much at this point, other than perhaps Dallas Drake, who plays every shift like it may be his last.
Well, out of the pack, you saw the fight in the eyes of J.F. Jump, and he went right after Dallas Drake. Jump ended up on top of the NHL veteran. He gets separated by the linesman, and J.F. Jump, who has quickly become a fan favorite, is escorted to the penalty box in front of him.
Like a pretty nifty single leg takedown here by JF. There they go. There it is. Pick up the leg, throw him down. Good wrestling move.
You know, Brian, we've talked
from finishing fourth and enjoying home ice advantage in the Western Conference. That's how close this club came, not only qualifying for the postseason, but for really being in a nice position to begin the playoff round.
Puck is brought in over the line. Paul Kariya deals back into the deep slot. Long wrist shot. Bounces wide of the bar. Aksuda with it. Aksuda to Kariya. Shot. Glove hand. Saved by Javi Bulin. Kariya coming inches away from notching his 50th. But Javi Bulin made a spectacular glove hand save.
Incredible save by Javi Bulin and a nice feed by Aksuda. Kariya gets all of that puck. He cannot believe that Javi Bulin just took away number 50. Incredible save by Javi Bulin. But what a nice pass here by Aksuda. He sees Kariya streaming down the slot. Phenomenal save.
Once again, base of the circle. Javi Bulin is able to snare it out of midair, and we get a whistle.
See all the players kind of kidding Paul. He's not afraid to take the shot looking for number 50. His arms are going to get tired by the end of this hockey game.
You know, talking to a lot of players this morning as well about that 2-point differential that you've made reference to so many times tonight. It seems like so many players look back to one game in particular, November 24th against
the difference in the world. They outplayed the Dallas Stars in Dallas, only to lose that game 3-1. Gave up the empty netter. I mean, it's easy to look back. I'm sure there were a lot of moments over the course of the regular season, certainly where Guy Hebert stole a victory every once in a while.
Ducks steal it here. Shot, score! Paul Kariya, number 50! First time in franchise history, the mighty Ducks of Anaheim have a 50-goal score.
You know, Paul Kariya is the type of player that just refuses to be denied. He was just robbed seconds earlier by Nikolai Javy-Bulin, but he bounces right back, waits for his next opportunity. The Jets get sloppy. Dave Manson coughs up the puck. Again, it's Aksuda that sets up Kariya, and it's that patented Paul Kariya backhand. Blows it past Nikolai Javy-Bulin. There's number 50 for Paul Kariya, and nobody is more deserving of reaching that plateau than the Mighty Ducks number 9.
Take a good look as Paul Kariya accepts the feed from Aksuda and shovels in the backhander for number 50. Keep in mind, it's only his second goal of the game, but in tribute to the contributions of Paul Kariya. Heads are fluttering down from every section in the building.
Remarkable milestone for Paul Kariya. It's only his second season in the NHL. He's just 21 years of age. And what does the future hold not only for Kariya, but for this mighty Nikolai Javy-Bulin? I thought once the score got to 3-0 for Anaheim, basically his team just abandoned him down in that goal crease. And more or less, the Jets' fate is sealed. They will meet the Detroit Red Wings in the first round of the playoffs, so they might as well rest their number 1 goalkeeper.
So Dominic Roussel takes over in goal. Jets clear to center ice. Ducks with it. You know, Brian, this has to say something about the character of this hockey club, because I think everyone entering the building, and our viewers at home as well, as once again Tkachuk tries to hook up with Todd Ewing. We're curious to see, since the Ducks were really mathematically out of this thing, how they would react. But as you can tell, there's a lot of fight left in this hockey club.
Well, we said that there was nothing other than pride on the line for the Mighty Ducks in tonight's hockey game, and I think this is a pretty good indication that they had no intention whatsoever of just going through the motions. They wanted to send a message that this club belonged in the playoffs.
Shane Doan and David Karpa. Leon Stickle trying to separate the two combatants. Finally, he gets help from the referee, Bill McCreary, because behind the play, Wayne Bonney was making certain that nothing further would develop. But David Karpa lowers the boom on Shane Doan, and he's escorted to the penalty box.
At this point in the hockey game.
Well, we talked about the impact of Teemu Selanne coming over and how the Ducks game really turned at that point. And Al Sims made an interesting point this morning. He says you really take a look at the teams that are making runs and heading into the playoffs with some momentum. He says it's those clubs that really have the superstar players. He says the muckers and the grinders really aren't making the difference right now. And Selanne and Korea, of course, have just been remarkable since being paired with one another. But behind the play, Jason Marshall remains down in a prone position. Patty Jarrett quickly hops over the boards to attend to him.
Here's the hit on Marshall. Marshall going behind the net. The full head of steam. Jim McKenzie gets the elbow up. Boy, Marshall's head goes.
Other goal scorers tonight, Van Allen, Jean, and Aksuda. Face off just outside the blue line, far dot. Played back to Teppo Numminen, and he'll chop it in on goal. 26 shots on goal for Anaheim, 18 for Winnipeg. Paul Courier through the circle. Lays it in off the base of the board. Dominic Roussel tries to clear, cannot do it. Ducks with it, and it's only Semenov at the hash marks. Tries to throw it out front. Aksuda on the doorstep. Another shot by Semenov and a save by Roussel. Jets find an opening and clear the zone.
Nice piece of work by Dominic Roussel. And how about the hands of Aksuda controlling that cross-ice feed in pretty close quarters.
Darren Shannon with it for Winnipeg. Ahead to Igor Korolev. Steps up short-handed in over the line. Has to peel back and throw it back to his own blue line, where Dave Manson will crank a long shot at on goal, and it's gloved and handled by Guy Hebert. Semenov off the near board. Olesen swipe pass over to Teemu Selanne. Tries to go around Craig Muni, throws it out front, and a quick shot taken by Semenov was just off the mark. Anatoly with it, near corner. Tries to deal out front, takes it back. Selanne spins off a check, takes it back, deals to Aksuda, who is stick to side at the defense, and the Jets clear the zone. 3 minutes and 35 seconds remain on the 5-minute penalty to Jim McKenzie. Dave Manson tries to glide around Joe Sacco, and on the backhand, he'll clear it up ice.
Kind of mop-up time for Ron Wilson's crew at this point in the hockey game. 5-0 lead. Over 3 minutes remaining on the power play, and some individuals that don't get a lot of power play time for the Mighty Ducks step on the ice.
Joe Sacco, left point. Looks to the right side. Volk in the middle of 4 Winnipeg players. Down low, Ruchin. Fans want another. Dallas with it. Long slap shot and on goal. Is steered aside at the defense. Out of the corner, Sacco. To Volk. Shot. Save Roussel. Rebound thrown through the crease by Steve Ruchin. Van Imp with it. His cross-eye speed out of the reach of Bobby Dallas. Jets Mike Eastwood along the far board, sized up from behind by Steve Ruchin. Volk plays it back to Darren Van Imp. He cuts off Mike Stapleton's flight to the puck. Approaching 11 minutes left in the game. Up over the line, long shot in on goal, and a save by Guy Hebert on the shot off the stick of Chris King.
Of course, that's the one unknown at this point in the game. Will Hebert be able to hang in there and record another shutout victory? It would be his 3rd in the last 7 games here at the Arrowhead Pond.
At center ice, Teemu Selanne with it. Over to Alex Hicks. Hicks along the right wing boards. Drops it off to Selanne. He tries to peel back to Paul Courier. Wide side feed. Olesen right back to Selanne, but it was just out of his reach. 1:55 to go on the power play. Courier winds, fakes the shot, gives way to Selanne, top of the circle. Selanne looking. No movement up top. Aksuda out front of Roussel trying to set the screen, but Roussel saw that shot all the way.
And a good job down low by Oleg Tverdovsky. He actually just shoved Roman Aksuda out of the way just as Korea
He hit the coveted 50 plateau at the 5:36 mark of the third period. Back to Correa. Line feed on the backhand, connects with Olesen. Olesen looks off Solani. There's the pass from Maksuda. Solani has to cut back to it. Taken away by Darren Shannon. Lone man back is Correa. Now 3 players converge on him. Teppo Newman is able to clear back inside the blue line of Anaheim. Here comes Correa. 3-on-2. Make it a 4-on-2 as Aksuda enters the flow as well. Lay it down low to Solani. Solani's wide side feed intended for Olesen is picked off and cleared back up ice by Shannon. Jets looking a little bit gassed right now as there's just a minute remaining on the power play attempt for Anaheim.
So that clock can't run out quickly enough to satisfy the Winnipeg Jets at this point in the hockey game. They have been outclassed by a wide margin. I think they realize what's facing them. They will, no question, be the huge underdogs against the Detroit Red Wings in the first round of the playoffs. And I think for Winnipeg, they're going to give a few of the players on that bench a little bit more ice time. Ken Baumgartner continues the discussion to the exclusion of offense, of good defensive work. Jacques Lemaire was a coach during his tenure in Montreal, was often criticized as someone who did not pay enough attention to the offensive part of the game. And some former players who were with Lemaire would say that his idea of a perfect game was a 0-0 tie. And when the New Jersey Devils got behind this season in a goal, that club seemed so in sync with a system concentrating solely on defense that they just weren't able to turn up the offensive part of their game a notch when needed.
New Jersey had the second most anemic offense in the league, finishing second only to Ottawa with 215 goals on the year.
The other interesting thing I find about the situation in New Jersey, and we discussed it this morning, you know, I guess it's the cynical part of me, but at what point do players...
Face off to the left of Guy Hebert. Ducks leading 5-0. Off the draw. Long slap shot by Manson. Steered aside by Guy Hebert. Hebert already guaranteed to finish out this season with a personal winning record. To the corner. Jets bring the puck in over the line. Slap shot, save Hebert. Rebound side of the net. Played aside by Van Impe. Centering feed hops over the stick of Oleg Tverdovsky along the near board. Todd Ewan clears the center ice. Franked back in by Dave Manson. Van Impe bumped along the far board. Jean tries to enter the fray. Sean Van Allen watches the play develop far corner. Eastwood has a chop from beneath the skates. Bobby Dulles has a wide open Ewan along the right wing side. Van Allen, one-on-one against Finley. Plays it off front, and J.F. Jean bidding for another. Cut the side of the net. He snuck in behind Dominic Roussel. Sacco takes the puck base of the circle. Leaves it off for Randy Ladouceur. Along the backboards, Finley's there to intercept, and the Jets have room to break out of their own zone.
Ducks doing a good job of just keeping that puck in deep in Winnipeg territory, working on that clock.
Right side feed, picked off by Chris King. He looks up ice, return feed, Stapleton's wrist shot, and a toe save by Guy Hebert to the far corner. 25 shots on goal now for Winnipeg. Approaching 7 minutes remaining in the game. Ducks leading 5-0. David Carpa plays the puck back up ice. Roussel leaves it for his own defense. Is behind the play. Fisticuffs once again. David Carpa trying to get that right hand free. Looks like he's using that Todd Ewan method that he was speaking to you about a few nights ago, Brian, trying to wrap up that elbow area so the player cannot get off a quality punch.
David Carpa, a little bit of a target for Jim McKenzie. Of course, it was Carpa who got the best of rookie Shane Doan earlier. He gets hog-tied that time by Jim McKenzie.
Less than a minute. 60.
Thanks to all of you at KCAL Channel 9. Face off just outside the blue line, near zone. MacIver takes the return feed. Flip pass to Eddie Olczyk, played into the far corner. Frederick Olesen pass ahead to Gary Volk. Volk looks to the left side, and Alex Hicks drags the puck in outside. Return feed to Volk just out of his reach as the Jets pull it off the near wing boards and throw it back into the neutral zone. Here comes Volk, faking as though he's going to tee one up. Manson wraps him up. And that gives his teammate Shane Doan all kinds of time in the far corner, but he gets lined up in the process. Centering feed intended for Hicks, taken back by Aksuda. Volk tried to get off a quality shot, and Eddie Olczyk back checking was able to help out.
And I got to believe that the rallying cry right now on that Mighty Duck bench is, let's see if we can preserve that shutout for Apr.
Here comes Alex Hicks back the other way. Quickly the defense collapses on him. Aksuda peels back to the base of the circle. Wide side feed intended for Korea, played aside by Kilger. Ladouceur, his shot in the direction of Roman Aksuda, deflects outside the playing surface with 5:45 left to play. There's the Southwest scoreboard.
In a world of combos, jumbo.
Hockey fans, you can now sign up for the 96-97 Mighty Ducks season tickets on the priority season ticket waiting list. Call 714-704-2701 to reserve your place in line and guarantee your seat to all the action next season. Mighty Ducks operators will be standing by Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
At the line, Jets pull it in. It appeared to be offside. Play continues along the near boards. Randy Ladouceur collects the puck far side. Met by Mike Eastwood. Paul Korea with it. Right wing feed out of the reach of Solani. Dominic Roussel, no recourse but to play it, so you can wash out the icing call. Pass to Igor Korolev. Steps around Ladouceur. Van Ed hooked to the ice, clears from a prone position. Ladouceur pins his man up against the far board. Puck resting on top of the blue line. Kicked back inside the blue line of Winnipeg.
Ladouceur does a nice job just battling that puck, making sure that he does win the war and get it across the blue line and out of the defensive zone.
Centering feed out front. Solani's backhand shot hit the half moons on top of the net. Then came down into the glove of Dominic Roussel. Solani coming oh so close to getting number 41.
There's that last opportunity. Teemu Solani just kind of flips it towards the net. Look at this, right over the shoulder of Dominic Roussel. Roussel extremely fortunate. He was not beaten on the shot.
Oleg Tverdovsky tries to clear, but Bobby Dulles is able to hold the left point. Along the near boards, Chris King wide open as he turns up the left side, trying to throw it cross ice, but it deflects off the skates of Sean Van Allen right back to him. 4:20 to play in the season for the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim. They lead the Jets 5-0. Sean Van Allen at the blue line of Winnipeg. Moves in over the line. Drop pass to Dulles. He tried to get off a shot, but it was taken away by Eddie Olczyk. Olczyk cruises inside the zone. Swatted aside by Frederick Olesen. Good follow-up by Oleg Tverdovsky along the far boards to keep the play alive. Give and go out front. Kicked in the direction of Guy Apr and stolen by Sean Van Allen. Ron Wilson making wholesale player changes, and here comes Sacco fresh off the bench. He tried to play it out front, but Chris King was there to intercept for Winnipeg. Igor Korolev steps around the defense. Olczyk shot again. Guy Apr fully extended, but it was off the mark. Ladouceur to J.F. Jean. Jean for the blue line of Winnipeg weaves in offsides, and we'll get a whistle.
Oh, just one move too many at the blue line for J.F. Jump. I don't know if you noticed it, but Todd Ewan just took a pretty good run at Oleg Tverdovsky as he was handling the puck in the Mighty Duck zone, and he did not.
PR staff headed up by Billy Robertson, Rob Shickley, Barb O'Daney, and Mark Simon. Our statisticians, Doug Ward, and of course the incomparable Denny Mnuchin, and of course our top flight AD Bob Spurk alongside us all season long here in the booth. Centering feed taken away by the Jets and cleared up the right wing board. Ruchin looks the other way. Winnipeg is there to intercept. Manson with it for the Jets out of the corner. Mike Eastwood at the blue line has it poke checked away by Randy Ladouceur. Ruchin looks up ice. J.F. Jean to the blue line of Winnipeg. Jump inside the zone. On the backhand. Gets driven down to the ice. And Dominic Roussel takes the whistle with 2:47 left on the clock.
J.F. Jean certainly has not thrown in a outstanding
Season on KZY 95.9 FM and the rest of the Mighty Ducks radio network. Our wives and families, Angie and Courtney Hayward, Lori, Big Lou, and Donna back in Chicago. The Davises who are on hand here tonight. And, of course, Mr. Seltzer back in the Midwest. Puck played into the corner. Jets throw it in off the backboards and cleared to the near corner. Gary Vaughn, his pass just inside the blue line is played back up ice. The Jets trying to move forward, but the defense just will not relinquish an inch for Anaheim. Played back inside the zone.
Nothing fancy at this point in the game. It's just basically chip it in, chip it out, and don't make any turnovers like that one.
Out of the corner, Eddie Olczyk. Centering feed to Kilger, broken up by Bobby Dallas, and he'll throw it over top of the glass and into the crowd with 2 minutes left on the clock, and the Ducks enjoying a 5-0 lead.
I don't know if you got Bobby Dallas take that peek at whoever that she was that old.
Oh, face off to the right of Guy Hebert.
Because, of course, she looks so young.
Oh, boy, I'm telling you. Are you backpedaling now? Solani brings the puck in over the line, moves in on Roussel, looks out front, the centering feed to Korea. Korea, top of the circle, right back to Solani. Moves around the defense, tries to throw one in towards Roussel, but the defense had already collapsed on him, and the Jets break back 3-on-1. Olczyk looks in, shoots and scores! And the shutout bid of Guy Hebert is broken with just 1 minute 29 seconds remaining in this hockey game.
We talked about the fact that Eddie Olczyk is a sniper. He knows his way around the front of the net. Darren Van Impe gets caught up. You see Van Impe trying desperately to get back into the play. It's a 2-on-1 setup. What a perfect shot by Eddie Olczyk. He just bears down on that top corner and he throws it right up. There is no chance whatsoever for Guy Hebert. Right now, the fans here at the Arrowhead Pond pay a nice tribute to goalkeeper Guy Hebert.
They're on their feet for Guy.
That he did, he was just simply beaten by a perfect shot.
Well, Guy's been just about perfect, Brian. In his last 6 home outings, he has had 3 shutouts. This time, he comes 1 minute 29 seconds from recording his 10th of his career and 5th of the season. MacIver to center ice at the blue line of Anaheim. Tries to move around Olesen. He plays one in on goal. Hebert on the exchange to Van Allen, and he quickly plays it outside the surface. But Bill McCreary had lost sight of the puck. We get a stoppage in play with 1 minute remaining on the clock.
I got to believe that there is a pretty satisfying.
He had an interesting comment this morning. He said, you know, Chris, there were times this season where as coaches we felt like we were the crew of Apollo 13. Sort of lost in space. He said, and you were wondering at times if people were listening. But he said the way these guys came back, it taught him something very big, especially, he says, not only as a coach, but as a person, that no matter what, just enjoy what you're doing. As Ruchin moves it on goal and tried to tuck home another, but he was denied by Roussel. He says, I just remember now that no matter what the outcome in the future, I'm getting paid to do what I love. As you see the Ducks continuing to go full force at the Winnipeg Jets with just 34.5 seconds remaining in this hockey game.
It was kind of a little bit of a cheap shot behind the play by Chad Kilger on J.F. Jomp. And when Jomp responded to the cheap shot, of course, all of this started. There's really no reason in the last couple of months.
So Doan and Van Impe will be whistled off for fighting to close out this hockey game. Face off at center ice. Kilger and Jean get 2 each for roughing. That's why we have a 4-on-4 situation developing here. Along the backboard, Ruchin trying to drive towards Dominic Roussel. 20 seconds left in the season for Anaheim. Fans on their feet here at the pond. Cross ice pass, they score! Jets with 11 in 2/10 seconds, score their second consecutive goal to make it a 5-2 hockey game.
And a nice finish there by Darren Shannon on the one-timer. Good cross-ice pass. Oleg Tverdovsky watches the Winnipeg Jets enter the zone. The puck seems to be bouncing around crazily, but it hops right onto the stick of Tverdovsky, and he locates Darren Shannon all alone to the left of Guy Hebert, and he just blasts it behind Guy.
Time winding down. Fans still on their feet. Mighty Ducks of Anaheim will close out their season. 35 wins, 39 losses, 8 ties. Ducks win it 5-2.
Dominant performance by the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim. This game was never in doubt from the beginning of the second period on. Paul Kariya. What more can you say about Kariya?
Some players tossing pucks over top of the glass. Others giving sticks to the crowd. High fives from Baumgartner and J.F. Jean. The Mighty Ducks at home this season will have attracted more than 694,000 people to the building.
Well, it's a remarkable place to watch a hockey game, and I tell you what a different team these fans have been able to enjoy over the course of the last 6 weeks. Since the All-Star break, Jack Ferreira has made deals that have really changed the face of hockey here at the Arrowhead Pond. They have gone from a slow, grinding, tight-checking team to one of the fastest teams in the NHL. They have 2 of the young superstars in the league in Kariya and Solani. It sure makes our job, Chris, an awful lot more pleasant. There's Paul Kariya, named the #1 star of tonight's hockey game, fully deserving of that honor. It was quite a night for Kariya and the Mighty Ducks.
Paul Kariya hit the 50-goal plateau tonight.